Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video, you are going to learn about one of the conditional statements, if statement. And conditional statements are those statements which will control the flow of execution of certain block of statements based on certain condition evaluations. And understanding these conditional statements is really necessary because moving forward, you are going to use these conditional statements a lot in your programs. And if is one of the conditional statements which will take a condition, and based on the condition's evaluation, the if will decide the flow of execution of statements. If the condition results in true, then the block that is associated with if will be executed. If not, then the block of statements will be ignored. With that said, let's try to understand this if conditional statement through an example. Here I am trying to create an amount variable and I am assigning 200 to it, and I am going to create another variable which is price, and here I want to take the scenario of buying a product. You can buy a particular product if the amount that you had is greater than the price of that particular product. Let's write that condition here, which is amount greater than or equal to price. And let's write an if statement here, which is if followed by two brackets, and in between the brackets you have to mention a condition and followed by the block opening, which is these two brackets. And in this block I want to print a statement which is you can buy, and after the block I want to give a console.log statement which is end. Now for the price I am going to assign some value to it, which is 199. So let's save the program and try to see the result in the console. Now you can see you can buy and end is printing to the console. This is because the condition that was here was evaluated to true. That's why this block of statement is executed, and that's why you are seeing you can buy. I can prove the same by just changing this just over to 200. Let's save the program and try to see in the console again. Now you can see only end is printing to the console. This is because now this condition is evaluated to false. That's why the block that is associated with that if is not executing. And let's write another if statement here, which is if amount that you had is less than the price. Then in this case I want to print a statement which is you can't buy. And let's save this program and run it again in the terminal. Now you can see you can't buy is printed to the console. This is because initially two variables it has encountered, which is amount and price. After that we have taken a boolean based on this comparison and stored it in the condition, and for the first if we have given the condition and that condition is resulted in false, so the block that is associated with that particular if is ignored, and after that another if statement is encountered and the condition inside it is resulted in true. That's why that console.log you can't buy, this statement is printed to the console, and after that an end statement is here, which is after this particular if block, and this end is printed to the console. If you observe this carefully, the condition that is mentioned here is quite opposite to this one. In such cases, we have an option here like else. I will tell you what else will do in a second. I have to remove this. Save the program. Now if you see, the condition that is associated with if is resulted in false. So the block of statements that is associated with if will be ignored. After that it will check whether there is an else keyword is present or not. Here in this case we have an else here. So the execution will be thrown to this particular else, and the block of statements that is associated with else keyword will be executed now. So now this console.log you can't buy will be executed and you can't buy will be printed to the console, and after that this console.log end is executed and end is printed to the console. Before moving to the remaining part of this video, I have a request to make. If you think that this video has some valuable content that can be useful for many others out there, please like this video and please subscribe to this channel to not miss any of these JavaScript videos. And with that said, let's jump into the remaining part of the video. So far you have seen two forms of if, which is if and if else, and now you are going to see the third form, which is this one, which is if followed by a condition and then else if followed by a condition, and you can have as many as else ifs in between, and at the end you are going to give an else condition. If all the above conditions are resulted in false, then this else condition will be executed. Now let's go back to the program once again, and here I want to change this condition slightly, which is I want to copy this one and paste it here to directly use this, and I'm removing equal to symbol, and I want to add an else if condition here, which is equal to condition. Here I'm using a strict equality operator, and I want to write the statement like console.log you can buy but no amount will be remaining. Save the program and you can run it again. Now you can see you can't buy. Let's try to alter it slightly, which is here in the price variable, and save the program, run it again. Now you can see you can buy but no amount will be remaining. And let's try the another condition as well, which is 199 in the price. Save the program and run it again in the terminal. Now you can see you can buy is printed to the console, and this is how these if statements will work. Now I want to add another one here, like no, not at this position, at the top. If price equal to 0, I mean I'm applying a strict inequality here, and price equal to 0, I want to print a statement which is free, not a statement, just a simple message. And else if, let's clear this console and again change this price to 0. Save the program again and run it again in the terminal. Now you can see free message is printing to the console. Now I want to slightly change this order of if else. Control plus X. Control plus V. Else. Let's run it again in the terminal. You can see you can buy is printing to the console. I want to make a point here, which is price equal to 0, and when price is equal to 0, I want to see this free message. But what is happening when you run the program, you are seeing you can buy is printed to the console. This is also true because amount is 200 and price is equal to 0 and 200 is greater than 0. So this if statement is evaluated to be true, and the statements that is associated with it are executing and the rest are ignored. And you have a you can clearly see that this statement is ignored. And what I want to say is the ordering in which you are using if else ifs are really important, because you may skip some of the cases like this, because even though it is true and it may not be desirable condition for us at the to be executed at that particular place, so ordering is really necessary. Like this you can have as many else ifs as you want, but still ordering of these else if conditions are really necessary, because sometimes you may end up in the situations of undesirable executing of statements like I had shown in the previous time. And in the next video, you are going to learn about switch statement, which is again a conditional statement. And if you like the content in this video, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And make sure to comment how I am teaching these JavaScript videos. Thank you.